Welcome back to the Every Race, Every Car Challenge. Let's start the episode with an update. After I uploaded the third episode, Cedric had an idea for the F350 in Frequent Flyer. As a small recap, this vehicle is not fast enough to clear the jump, even if we use the timer glitch. One of the problems is that, after the ramp, the car hits the ship side with its front side. We have theorized that, if we are able to touch the ship with the wheels, we could accelerate on the side of the ship and get a strategy similar to the one used for the London Cab. Cedric's thought about putting an object on top of the ramp to maybe change the position of the car mid-air. He tried a traffic light pole, but it slows down the car too much to be useful. Then he tried a trash bin, but it didn't feel like there was any actual benefit from it. Then I also started playing the level, and my idea was to use the trash bin at the start of the ramp. So, while Cedric was testing other objects, I got the trash bin in position and was taking the big run up for the jump. But a bit before the ramp, when I already had reached max speed, I pressed T to change the transmission type from manual to automatic, and suddenly I was going faster. I don't remember why I changed transmission type. Maybe I wanted to press D for the dashboard, maybe I wanted to change transmission for the next attempt, maybe I just didn't want to manually shift each time, but I don't remember exactly. Regardless on why I decided to do that, now we have a way to be faster than normal with this vehicle. I tested again on the Golden Gate. If you switch from automatic to manual, you slow down, but if you switch from manual to automatic, you gain speed. So, I tried again Frequent Flyer, and with this new discovery, we are able to clear the jump. We still need to freeze the timer though, but at least we can improve this cell from red to yellow. So now the question is, can we use this glitch to gain speed also on other vehicles? Short answer, no. Here is the table that I filled. What I have understood about the glitch is that it happens when the number of gears in automatic transmission is lower than in manual transmission. If you reach max speed while in automatic transmission and switch to manual, you always lose speed for these vehicles. Max speed is the same if you start accelerating from automatic or from manual transmission, so this discrepancy only exists when switching transmission time when already moving. For example, with Mustang GT you reach max speed with gear 4 when using automatic transmission. If you switch now, you switch to manual gear 4, which is lower than the automatic gear 4, so you lose speed. Same for all the other vehicles. The story is different if you reach max speed while being in manual transmission. In most cases, you still lose speed, but for a different reason. For example, with a Mustang GT, you reach max speed on gear 5 when using manual transmission. If you switch now, you switch to automatic gear 5, which doesn't exist. You cannot reach gear 5 in automatic transmission with this car. The game doesn't know the max speed for this car when using gear 5. So the max speed value is taken somewhere else. I don't know where this value is coming from, maybe it's a default value for gear 5 that usually gets modified when the car actually has the gear, but in this case it's still set to the default. I'm saying this because most vehicles that have this problem have a similar cap when switching from manual to automatic, which is around 115 km per hour. In most cases this cap is lower than what the actual manual gear 5 can achieve, except for the F350. For this vehicle, the default auto gear 5 is actually faster than the manual gear 5. So, only for this vehicle, this glitch actually makes you gain speed, and it's insane to think that it's just enough to clear the jump in Frequent Flyer. Oh yeah, we were talking about that level. Okay, we are done with the updates. Quite a big update section, despite talking about only one race and one vehicle. We went off on a big tangent here, but this glitch had to be investigated. It had a lot of potential, but unfortunately it can only be used for one vehicle and it's not a huge boost. Still enough for frequent flyer, but I don't see this glitch being a game changer for this vehicle. I wanna thank Cedrix because if it weren't for him, I wouldn't have come back to this level, so we wouldn't have discovered this glitch. Now it's time to see new levels. Let's go back to San Francisco Blitz Races for this episode. Last Blitz we have done was wrong way, so in this episode we will start with Golden Race. This is a pretty simple race. Collect the first checkpoint and turn left. Go straight for a while. Cut on the grass to get the next checkpoint. Turn right into the tunnel. Cross the Golden Gate. Right and left, and the race is over. 2 minutes in total to finish the race, which is quite a lot. I was able to finish the race first try with a lot of vehicles, even slow ones like the double-decker bus. The only one that I wasn't able to win first try was, of course, the city bus. In my first attempt I was only 1 second off, so very close to winning. I kept playing and I got a very promising run, but I finished 0.04 seconds too late. Luckily, it didn't take long to get another promising attempt, and this time I was able to finish the race in time. So, another green row and another level completed. Cool! Next race, Presidio Push. Not a short race, but not a long one either. After a first checkpoint, turn left on the grass. Slightly on the right for the next checkpoint. Turn left here. Take the checkpoint and turn towards the Palace of Fine Arts. Go around the water. Collect the checkpoints and turn left. Turn left again. Do a jump towards the final checkpoint and finish the race. 1 minute to complete the race. As usual, a lot of vehicles can finish the race with ease. I was also able to beat the race first try using the F350 and the Freightliner, although with very little time left on the clock. I wasn't able to finish the race first try using the new Mini Cooper, just because this happened. But I got it next attempt. The fire truck was definitely tricky to get. I thought the best place to remove the trailer was this one, since you don't lose much speed. But then I got incredibly lucky and I was able to remove the trailer earlier, and without losing any speed. This lucky removal was definitely helpful, because I was able to finish the race in time thanks to that. So, we can put green to all these vehicles. Only 2 remaining, the double-decker bus and the city bus. I got a run that was off by 4 seconds with the double-decker bus, so I kept playing. It's very easy to oversteer and flip with this vehicle, so every turn must be very precise. The hardest part is going into the Palace of Fine Arts without touching the water and without crashing any wall. At the start of the Golden Gate, you need to be careful not to hit the curb, otherwise the run is over. If everything goes well, you can barely win the race, but you can, and that's the important part. And then there is the city bus. Too slow. I did a few runs without glitching the timer, and the best that I could do was 10 seconds off. I think that's too much time, so you have to use glitches to win this race with a city bus. I don't think this can be improved. Final result, all green except the city bus, and another level off the list. Great. Next one, amazing race. Medium length race. Turn left at the first checkpoint. Collect the checkpoints in the tunnel. Be careful about traffic. Exit the tunnel and turn left twice. Go into the small alley. Go straight for a bit. Turn right. Collect these checkpoints in a counterclockwise order to finish the race. 1 minute and 20 seconds in total, which is quite a lot considering the race. This race is not particularly hard. The only places in which you can lose a lot of time are in the tunnel, if you hit a car, and while entering the small alley, if you crash into a wall. But this race can be spooky sometimes. Most of the vehicles can finish the race quite easily. I hadn't thought about a spot to remove the trailer of the fire truck at the start of the race, so I just kept it, hoping to detach it randomly during the race. And that's exactly what happened. For the last 4 checkpoints I used a different route. After grabbing the first checkpoint, I did a sharp left turn to grab the northernmost checkpoint. In this way I minimize the upward slopes as much as possible, so I can preserve more speed. I don't think this route is really necessary for the fire truck, but it will become handy later. The double-decker bus slows down a lot when going uphill, and I even hit a car right at the start of the uphill. Luckily, 1 minute and 20 seconds are quite a lot of time, so I will still able to finish the race. I used the alternative route at the end, but maybe the level is beatable with a normal route if you don't crash like I did. With the city bus I was able to get very close at my very first attempt, less than a second off from winning. This vehicle really slows down when going uphill, but again, there's plenty of time to beat the level. You just need to not be unlucky. You need to be precise, and you're not allowed to stop anywhere, but the level is beatable with this vehicle, which means that we can put green in all this row. Another level completed. Fantastic. Next race, Lombard Lunacy. This race is basically the opposite of Ignorance's Blitz. Go uphill on Lombard Street while grabbing all the checkpoints, then go downhill to collect the remaining ones. Pretty short race, in fact only 35 seconds given to finish it. Most of the vehicles can finish the race without problems. Even the Freightliner can do it without many problems, although the uphill can be tricky to do with this vehicle. I tried to drive the fire truck with the trailer, but I don't think you can go uphill in this way, so I had to remove the trailer at the start of the race to have any chance of success. After a very close call, I was able to beat the race in time. For now we can put green for all these vehicles. The double-decker bus can go uphill, but it's too slow. 35 seconds are not enough for this vehicle. The best that I could do was 7 seconds off, so I had to glitch the timer to win the race. I am pretty confident in saying that this cell will never be better than yellow. The city bus is even worse. It can steer a bit better than the double-decker bus, but it's way too slow for the uphill. The best that I was able to get was 16 seconds off. It can be improved a bit, but it's impossible to finish the level in this way. I tried a different route by going on the right at the start, so I could collect the checkpoints in the reverse order, but it's way slower than the normal route. Unfortunately, this level is too short to have alternative routes, so the best that I could do is a glitch run. The problem with Blitz Races is that there isn't much you can play with, especially in short ones. If your car is fast, good, otherwise, oh no. Anyway, another level finished. Nice. Next, Embarca-dare-o. The route is pretty straightforward, even though the checkpoints seem far away to each other. Grab the first checkpoint. Use the Valancourt fountain as a ramp to get the next one. Go back down and take this checkpoint. Turn left and head towards the next one. Enter the pier and go on the left side. Take the checkpoint and go back on the street. Turn right and follow the road for a bit. Turn right into this other pier and collect the final checkpoint. 1 minute and 15 seconds in total. Some cars have no issue at all, so easy green for them. Well, almost no issues. That wall has no collision for some reason. Other vehicles are too slow for a straight jump. Luckily, this platform here extends a bit on the right, so if you jump there, you can still clear the jump. Okay, game. I removed the fire truck trailer right at the start of the race. Doing the jump with it didn't seem a wise choice. The fire truck can barely do the jump at the start, but likely it can. Then something very strange happened. I won the race, as you can see from the U1 message, but the final time is 1:15:01, which is higher than the time given to beat the level. If we slow down this video a lot, we can see that the last checkpoint is collected at 59:96, but the final time is 59:98. So there is a small difference between the last checkpoint collected and when the game actually triggers the end. Going back to the fire truck run, we can see that the last checkpoint is collected at exactly 1:15, but due to the small difference, the final time is actually higher than the given time. I don't know if I wanted to accept this as a valid run, because it's true that I got the message you won, but this can be considered a bug, because you are not supposed to win the race with more time than what is given. But I haven't activated a glitch on purpose, I just encountered a bug, so this should be considered valid. But all this thinking is pointless because I've beaten the race again without glitches. Not after being trolled by the game another time though. You cannot do the jump with the Freightliner because this vehicle is too tall. This means that you have to go through the Embarca-dare-o center to get that checkpoint. You still hit the roof here, but you will eventually go through. Despite using a different route, I got a very good run pretty quickly, so I continued playing and I was able to win the race without many problems. Also, the double-decker bus hits the fountain when going for the jump, so also for this vehicle we need to go into the Embarca-dare-o center. In my first attempt, I was able to go through this part, not without struggles. After this, I continued playing, and I had to use the timer glitch to not fail the race. I did a pretty sloppy run, so I decided to try more without using the timer glitch, so I could see how much I was off. But there's a problem. A problem that I miraculously avoided in my very first attempt. I cannot replicate this. In my first run, the pole of the passenger entrance of the bus detached and pushed me through the passage, but I'm not able to get this luck again. I don't think there are other ways to reach that checkpoint, so if I didn't get this lucky push, I would have had no other ideas to try. So, in the end, we have to consider ourselves lucky that I am able to put yellow here. We have really risked a red cell for a Blitz race. Moving on to the last vehicle, the city bus. It's too slow for the ramp, even if you avoid hitting anything. So we need to go through Embarca-dare-o center again. Luckily we have no problems here, but we are still too slow for the race time limit. I needed to activate the timer glitch when I was still pretty far away from the last checkpoint, so I don't think this is possible without glitches. Another yellow, green the rest, and another level completed.
Congratulations! 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 Congratulations!
Well, did you enjoy episode 5? My original script for episode 4 was very long already, even without the updates section. So I decided to switch the levels that I wanted to do in episode 4 with the ones that I wanted to do in episode 5. I haven't scheduled every episode already, but I have an idea on what I want to do for the next 2 or 3 episodes. Anyway, in this episode we saw 5 San Francisco Blitz races, and only 2 levels are missing from completing this section. The script for the next episode is already written, because it's the original episode 4, so maybe we will finish this section in episode 6. We'll see. For now, that's all I have to say. See you in the next episode. Bye.